Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Shanghai. Welcome to the launch of the new Polestar brand.
This car will be built in Chengdu, here in China, the Polestar cars. And we will also have the support of the Volvo Service and Distribution Organization. So altogether, this is a very powerful new company, which will be a very important part of Volvo Car Groups going forward. So with that as an introduction, I would like to invite you into the world of Polestar. Once more, a warm welcome.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. 2 years ago, Håkan Samuelsson asked me a question. We were standing in front of one of our models in a design studio. And you, Håkan, you asked me, Thomas, can you imagine this model here without the iron mark? It being entirely and purely Polestar. The model we were standing in front of was actually the production version of Concept Coupe. Ever since we had shown it at the Frankfurt Motor Show, we had people from all over the world encouraging us to build it. You, the journalist, were asking, when can we test drive it? You can't imagine the amount of interest and enthusiasm we got for Concept Coupe. Now, when Håkan asked me this question, I actually was not convinced at all about this idea. It felt wrong, it felt like taking away your baby. But as always, when the boss asks you, you give it a try. A couple of weeks later, I was invited to a first test drive in our proving ground in Hällered, Sweden. It was an early prototype, and something happened there. When I arrived, the car was undisguised, standing there in this beautiful winter landscape and the sun shining. A couple of Essen V90 test cars coming and going, and the sheer presence of it. The extraordinary dimensions, how low and how wide this car was. The pure beauty and the presence is radiated. It was clear this was not an S90 two-door coupe anymore. This was a GT. This was a true sports car. A car that was not fitting to Volvo anymore. It was something new and it was exciting. Now 2 years have passed since then, and we have been working week after week to push the boundaries of its technology. We have been shaping this new brand. And for us now, there's no way back. For us, it's clear. That car is nothing else than Polestar. So tonight, we would like to take you on that journey from Concept Coupe to Polestar 1.
Every story has a beginning. From here, everything evolves. Every company has a first product. There is always a number one. Some are forgotten. Some become legends. but they always breed an entrepreneurial spirit, daring to do something different, something new, believing in the future, believing in the possibility to change for the better. Great stories start with chapter 1. This is ours. Polestar 1.
So here it is, the Polestar 1. The very first car to wear the Polestar on the bonnet. We would like to open your eyes, to let you see how great this car is, its technology, its ingredients, by looking deep under the skin. We will go now right at the bottom of things. And we will start with the base, which we take from the SPA floor structure. Now, in order to get from a 5.15 m S90 to a 4.50 m Polestar 1, we cut out 320 mm in the wheelbase and another 200 in the rear. Now, on this steel base, we start building the body in carbon fiber. First, we add the Dragonfly. That is a cleverly shaped patch of carbon fiber reinforced polymer, which we bond to the steel base. We stiffen dramatically one of the neurologic critical points in the body construction, the traditionally weak link between the middle floor and the rear structure. This carbon fiber patch, the Dragonfly, increases the body stiffness here by 60%. We continue with the roof cantrise section, reaching from A pillar to the B. It consists out of a super stiff, prefabricated carbon fiber tube that is baked into the two half shelves of the pillar construction. The roof cross-sections, they are out of slim, light, and super stiff carbon fiber profiles. Now imagine, with a standard steel construction, all sections would have to be bigger. The roof line would have to be higher, and the glass, the side windows, more upright. Therefore, we would have compromised on our beautiful design. Now, making the whole roof construction out of carbon fiber, that enabled us to do that low, elegant roof line. It's a designer's dream. The body side inner, the doors, the inner, the outer, the bonnet, the boot, the two front wings, all designed in carbon fiber. So, on top of the steel base, we built a carbon fiber body, and by doing so, we gained 3 amazing advantages. Number 1, weight reduction, 230 kilo less by building carbon fiber and modifying the SPA underbody. Number 2, the increase in body stiffness. The torsional stiffness of the body structure increases from 22 Newton per square millimeter to 32 Newton per square millimeter. That is an increase of 45%. Number 3, Last but not least, center of gravity. Obviously, having the heavier part of the construction, the steel structure in the floor, and everything above built in the light carbon fiber, lowers the center of gravity, and that results in a better handling and performance on the road. It looks awesome. I mean, it's such a beautiful picture of this carbon fiber car. What do we need now to move this body? Well, we need a great drivetrain. So let us start with T8. That's a battery pack in the tunnel and an electric engine driving the rear, and in the front, a turbo and supercharged ICE. Now let us shake up things here. Out goes the single 60 kilowatt electric engine, and in goes 2 times 80 kilowatt electric motors. So 160 kilowatt plus an extra 34 kilowatt from the crank ISG. That means 194 kilowatt pure electric power in the Polestar 1. And you can imagine what type of torque experience you get from electric propulsion that powerful. So each rear wheel is driven by one electric motor, and each electric motor has a planetary gear set. With this, we enable torque vectoring. Torque vectoring is known as a technology from racing, and it brings both acceleration and stability when tackling a curve. So instead of slowing down the inner wheel in order to compensate for the difference in curve radius, we actually accelerate the outer. So acceleration instead of slowing down, that sounds pretty good. But that's not it. A normal car with electronic stability control uses, again, the forces in a complete different way. It would brake the individual wheel in order to remain the grip again. With Polestar 1, torque vectoring supports the driver with precise acceleration of each wheel in order to keep maximum speed and grip at the same time. Now, these 2 electric motors and the planetary gear set, we fit into a newly designed aluminum subframe that slides into precise position between the rear wheels, just like the last remaining puzzle piece in a puzzle. This is the electric heart of the Polestar 1. How do we make it beat? How do we feed it with the electric power it needs? First of all, the battery stack in the tunnel. We jazz it up with the latest and greatest chemistry. But this is not enough. Our engineers tripled the electric power by implanting an additional battery stack into the rear axle to give us 34 kilowatt hour. 34 kilowatt hour is definitely battery electric vehicle terrain. Now this powerhouse, it contains everything we need to cool, manage, and invert the electric power from the additional batteries. It weighs 230 kilograms. Now that sounds familiar because it's exactly the weight that we saved by building in carbon fiber. So we compensate 100% the added weight of the additional batteries. Polestar 1 has 1 battery in the tunnel, and it has 2 battery stacks sitting at the rear axle. Now this gives us a unique positioning, which means 48% towards 52% weight distribution. That is an ideal balance for a sports car. The Polestar 1 has electric driving range of 150 kilometers. That is double the amount of the average person's daily need. You will experience Polestar 1 as an electric car that has an additional boost and backup of an ICE. We call this an electric performance hybrid. Looking at the complete system, the Polestar 1 delivers 600 horsepower and a torque of 1,000 Newton meters. This makes Polestar 1 a real performance GT. Now, how do we harness all this power on the road? Well, we have the tradition at Polestar to work together with great experts, companies that are internationally acknowledged to be the best in their respective field. One of them, Öhlins, Swedish Gold. Öhlins is a true champion when it comes to high-end suspension technology. Now, please, ladies and gentlemen, welcome on stage Henrik Johansson, CEO of Öhlins.
Thank you very much, Thomas. It's really great to be here.
Yeah, Henrik, Polestar and Öhlins have a long tradition of working together. You are the authority when it comes to suspension systems. So welcome here to Shanghai.
Thank you, Thomas. Thank you. It's for sure very exciting to be part of your journey developing this Polestar 1 and now see it being launched on the market. As you already mentioned, Öhlins is a Swedish company with a racing heritage. I would even go further and say that our DNA and our genes was developed at the racetrack. With more than 300 international motorsport titles during our 40 years of activity, it's natural that the racetrack is where we test new ideas, where we can fine-tune new products, and where we, together with our customer, find the ultimate performance and handling for the vehicle in question. 2 wheels, 4 wheels, for us it doesn't matter. The racetrack is our second home. Already more than 30 years ago, our founder and president, Mr. Kent Öhlin, he realized that the future will be digital and that suspension systems intelligent. This later led to our already famous CS technology, continuously controlled electronic suspension, introduced on the market already in 2003 and today available on many different platforms. Since the start, we have delivered over 10 million units for different OEMs.
And what can Öhlins do for our Polestar 1?
Well, taking this CS technology one step further now, Öhlins decided a few years ago 2 things. One, to develop a completely new semi-active solenoid valve. And 2, not only market and sell the valve, but rather complete suspension units. Based on our aluminum shock absorber, this brand new 5th generation CS internal valve, assembled in series and in parallel with Öhlins famous passive valving, used on the racetrack for decades. And this does for sure create the perfect combination of handling and comfort. Having said this, and realizing the fact that Polestar already for many years has been an important customer and development partner for Öhlins, it was not only logical, but also extremely technically feasible for us to team up with you and your engineers when putting this brand new technology on the market for the first time ever. Honestly speaking, Thomas, after having discussed the Polestar 1 performance with your test drivers and Öhlins test drivers, I would not be surprised if this chassis was voted the best one ever on a mass-produced passenger car. Thank you,
Thank you,
Thomas.
Henrik. It's great to work with you
Thank
and
you.
your team on the
Good
great
luck.
project and many more to come. Now, to make it complete, there's one last thing missing. To control all this power, we need great brakes. The Polestar 1 has exceptionally powerful brakes. The front brakes are manufactured by Akebono, 6-piston aluminum monoblock calipers. On each front wheel, they are milled from one piece. The calipers are coupled with a 400 millimeter, 38 millimeter ventilated and drilled disc for the efficient cooling. Now we've got 600 horsepower, we have 1,000 Newton meter of torque, we have the triple battery power, Öhlins suspension, and Akebono 6-piston brakes. What a hell of a drivetrain for the performance hybrid Polestar 1. Let's mount it into our carbon fiber body. We continue our assembly now with the interior. And let us face one fact. Making an interior for a low-volume performance car normally means compromises. Rather simple, dated electronics, big gaps, and quality fittings that are in harsh contrast to the desired luxury positioning. Now, we at Polestar have a very different starting point. We can base our interior on one of the automotive world's best dashboards, Volvo's. State-of-the-art touchscreen technology, perfect climate controls, and precision tooling enabling high-class fit and finish. All that we can build on. Now we imprint the specific character of Polestar 1 with the carbon fiber wing. It stretches here to the full height of the dashboard, and by that we make the material carbon the star of the cabin. In the back of the 2+2-seater, we provide an exquisite compartment with handcrafted leather and the tasteful integration of the Bow & Wilkins hi-fi system. For the convenient accommodation of your luggage, the rear can be folded flat to a bench with straps to fasten your luggage. A last delightful detail we built into the One's interior, that is the Polestar. Projected onto the glass roof, it is guiding you, shining in the sky, day and night. The Polestar 1 has a retractable rear spoiler to grant the high-speed downforce needed. And when you open the boot, you can enjoy the glance at the powerhouse, the battery stack that is sitting in the boot. This is obviously a performance hybrid. And you see it when you put down your golf bag into the luggage compartment. In the front, you find Thor's hammer. Yes, Polestar and Volvo will be both genetically coded as being part of one family. The light signature will over time find individual expression, but the overall theme you will find in both families. Polestar will not have a traditional grille. Polestar will have the grid, and the grid will provide the necessary space for all the integration of sensors and technology to come for our future models. Polestar 1, a beautiful GT, a masterpiece of design and technology, a carbon fiber body, an electric performance hybrid with 600 horsepower, 1,000 Newton meter of torque, and 150 kilometer electric range. Torque vectoring, Öhlins chassis, Akebono 6-piston brake. This is Polestar 1. Now, the question is, where will we manufacture this car? And to do this, we have designed and we will build a complete new Polestar factory.
There is a huge trust in the relationship between a client and an architect when it comes to important tasks like designing a factory for the future. That with the people we worked with in Polestar, they've had this vision. They've understood the real deep end content of what this factory might do to the quality of a long time production of these cars. We believe very strongly that they've seen clearly that there is a relationship between the people actually working at Polestar, the customers coming in, and the quality of the product. There are too many situations around the world where these things don't connect and where one does not understand that the architecture is part of the evolvement of continuous quality production. So the design evolved over a period of time, trying to capture the spirit of this new production line, this new way of thinking about producing cars and the involvement of a larger group of people. It's under one big roof, in one rather simple big shape. But inside this shape, there are activities moving forward at the edge of what is possible in the production line for cars today. Very airy, very big spaces, a lot of daylight coming in to enhance the sort of working conditions and the meeting conditions in the building. Connection to the outside, nature actually almost coming into the factory. We spend almost 90% of our lives indoor, which means that the rest 10–15% need to be carefully thought about. The closeness between the landscape and the actual production line thus becomes one of the most important things. And that kind of experience which you then have as a customer into your first car, first test drive, out of the building, onto the test field, and all of a sudden you understand that the result of this car could only have happened in this factory.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Well, thank you very much. What a pleasure it is to be here in Shanghai in front of these wonderful new Polestar 1s. One of the main reasons for having this event in China is that it's here in China we're establishing the manufacturing base for the Polestar 1. China, the largest car market in the world, where over 1 in 4 cars worldwide are built, and it is here that we will build the Polestar 1. Now, as you've just seen on the film, at Polestar, we want to do things a little differently. We wanted to build a plant that is also a reflection of our brand, a plant that is modern, progressive, dynamic, technologically advanced, and environmentally responsible. A facility that is the natural home for these marvelous cars you see in front of you. So we're building a brand new, state-of-the-art production center on a greenfield site in Chengdu. The Polestar 1 will be a high-tech car built in a high-tech plant. Due to be completed next year, our Chengdu facility has been carefully created together with internationally awarded architecture studio Snohetta from Norway. It's a factory that will be able to handle the lower volume production of the Polestar 1, but also the higher volumes of the future, and we'll tell you a little more about that later. The production center is also in the image of our brand, modern and environmental. It will be the first factory in China to meet gold LEED environmental standards, making it one of the most environmentally responsible cars plants on the planet. For example, this will mean that all the electricity at Chengdu will be renewable, coming from hydroelectric power. The Chengdu production center will also reflect the customer focus that is at the heart of the Polestar brand. We'll build a customer experience center here, as well as a test track where customers can put their car through their paces. So that in terms of design, technology, and customer focus, this is not just a car plant, but an embodiment of the Polestar brand. The Polestar 1 will be the most powerful production car ever built in China. And this factory could be described as a dawn of a new manufacturing age in China. And Polestar is proud to be part of this new dawn, with our cars being built here and exported around the world. So, we've got a great new car, being built in a brand new state-of-the-art production facility. Can we also ensure that this fresh, progressive brand is reflected in the way in which our cars are taken to market? Well, the answer from me, in my completely unbiased opinion, is a resounding yes. Our approach to bringing Polestar to market is a simple one. We've created a beautiful car that's fantastic to drive. We want the Polestar customers to be able to focus on exactly that, the pleasure of driving their car. To do this, we'll get rid of the hassle traditionally associated with running a car, and we will do this for each and every one of our customers. At Polestar, we'll benefit from our family ties with the Volvo cars. We have the benefit of 90 years of automotive manufacturing and distribution behind us. It means that on a product level, we benefit from tremendous synergies and economies of scale. But on a commercial level, we will have our own routes to market. Now, our approach will offer convenience and flexibility, all underpinned with a determination to surprise and delight our customers. At the heart of this, Polestar will offer a no-deposit, subscription-based usage available on a 2- or 3-year basis. And all Polestars will be offered on this format. It's a monthly payment that includes everything: maintenance and repair, insurance, roadside assistance. And then on top of this, it will include pickup and delivery servicing, access to the concierge service, and also a number of rental days every year where the customer can choose to rent another car from the portfolio of Polestar and Volvo cars. We believe that subscription is the future. But we don't presume to second-guess the complete needs of our customers. So the Polestar customers will also have access to what we call Polestar On Demand, a series of services that can be ordered digitally as required and simply added to your monthly invoice. The services that we offer with the subscription will define the brand as much as our products. Services that exceed the expectations and desires of the premium performance car customer. Services that take out the aggravation that they've decried and allow them to concentrate once again on the pleasure of driving a car. Polestar will be a digital brand with all ordering done online. The customer will be able to get in touch with us however, wherever, and whenever they want. And this will be done through a Polestar app and helped by Phone as a Key, which will be standard on the Polestar 1. But we'll not only be digital. We recognize that customers still wish to interact physically with the brand. So we'll be setting up a network of standalone Polestar spaces around the globe as a physical manifestation of our brand. The Polestar spaces will be in all of our key markets, in each of the 3 regions, and will be another point of interaction with our customers. Visitors will meet qualified product experts who will help inform them about the car, the offers, and the services. They will display the products, and the Polestar space will also be somewhere where the customer can take a test drive, should they so wish. The staff can also help the customer configure their product and subscription offer online, but there will be no hard sell. So let me try and illustrate this approach with a few simple examples and show how we will deliver service however, wherever, and whenever the customer wants. From the very first moment that they make contact with the Polestar brand and right the way through the subscription period, we want to take the hassle out of the customer experience. When someone first becomes interested in a Polestar, they'll signal this online, and we get in touch with them and arrange a test drive. We can come to them at home or at work at a time of their choosing and bring them the car, or try, if they prefer, to arrange it at their local Polestar space. They simply need to decide what suits them best. Now, when they start to configure the car and their subscription offer, they will again do this online. But they can also come and discover what they've configured at a Polestar space. Discuss it with one of our product experts. The transactions will all be completed online. They select where and when they would like to have their new car delivered. Now, they are proud Polestar drivers, and unlike other brands, they will not have to think about maintenance. When it's due, we will contact them. We'll arrange a time and a place that suits them. We'll pick up the car using phone as a key technology. We'll leave them a car in case they need one, and we'll take their car away for servicing. Then we'll bring it back, serviced, washed, and cleaned, with nothing to pay because it's included in their monthly subscription. And they will never have had to leave their home or office. No queues, no stress, no hassle, just the pleasure of driving. Imagine that you want to go away for a week skiing in the Polestar 1, but you need some space for the skis. No worries. Just pick up your phone, open the Polestar app, and order a roof box through Polestar On Demand. We will come, pick up the car, fit the roof box, and deliver it back. And then, when your weekend's over, we'll remove the roof box, and the payment will be added to your monthly invoice. No stress, no hassle, just that pure driving pleasure. Should you be traveling and need a rental car? Not a problem. Simply order it through Polestar On Demand. Leave your car at the airport. We'll pick it up and park it for you. When you arrive at your destination, your Polestar or Volvo will be waiting there for you. You'll already have the key in your phone. You just get in the car and go. And then when you get back, your car will have been washed and cleaned, ready and waiting for you to drive it home. And the Polestar customer can enjoy all of these services in the knowledge that all the maintenance will be carried out in the Volvo dealer network by qualified, experienced, and fully trained technicians. The only difference is they don't have to go to the dealership to enjoy it. We take care of that for them. And when the contract comes to an end, Polestar collects their car from the customer and delivers their next Polestar experience. And we'll then refurbish the car and prepare it for a secondary subscription as a high-quality pre-owned Polestar. Now, the Polestar connection with our parent brand and the synergies in our product underpinnings also enable Polestar to act as a technology spearhead for the Volvo Car Group. We'll be able to trial new products and services together with our customers, finding new solutions to bring greater convenience and enjoyment to the customer experience. At Polestar, customers will discover a fabulous product and will at the same time discover a customer experience that is geared to providing them what they have always yearned for, a hassle-free interaction that is available how, where, and when they want it. Let us take care of you while you concentrate on enjoying your car, because at Polestar, pure progressive performance is not just the car, it's the whole brand. But when I look at this car, perhaps one of the most exciting things about it is that this magnificent Polestar 1 is just the start. So to give you more of an insight on what you can expect from Polestar in the future, please welcome back Thomas, who's going to try and picture that for you a little bit more. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jonathan. I can imagine you've figured out by now that building a factory setting up a network of 80 Polestar spaces around the global world is not done just to manufacture and deliver our Polestar 1. As a matter of fact, it's not named because it's the only car. It is the first product, #1 in a portfolio of multiple cars. So, let me introduce to you our family. Polestar 1, Polestar 2, and Polestar 3. Polestar 1 will be tested, tuned, and refined in 2018. It's the same year where we will build our factory. In the first half of 2019, we will start here production. In the second half of 2019, we're going to present to you Polestar 2. Polestar 2 will be a battery electric vehicle, battery only. With Polestar 2, we had to make an important directional decision. What type of brand would Polestar gonna be in the future? For some time, we had in mind a positioning strictly above Volvo in terms of size, price, and luxury. But we decided to go a different path. You know, in the times now when electromobility is actually stepping out of the spheres of early adopters and high-end priced exotic vehicles only accessible for a few, when it is getting to the stage when battery electric vehicles are becoming popular, when they are accessible in the premium mainstream market, we did not want to shy away in a comfy niche of low volume. We wanted to go all in, go there where it's happening, where it's cooking. So we decided to build an electric car that will be joining the competition around the Tesla Model 3, bringing an exciting, appealing, mid-sized battery vehicle to the market. In this market, Polestar 2 will be a unique design proposition. It's an electric vehicle, electric car that is at the same time appealing to the eye of the automotive aficionado. We design electric cars for people who love cars just like we do. In 2021, we will add to our model range Polestar 3. This is going to be an aerodynamic SUV with a low roof and a very powerful body. The car will be based on the future technology of next generation SPA. Now, looking at the lineup of Polestar 1, Polestar 2, and Polestar 3, you get a very good idea of the scope of our brand. Anything beyond that, well, the sky is the limit for Polestar. Now, although we have dreams and we could have brought you here fantastic show cars, we thought, you know, other new players in the electromobility startup arena, they're doing this enough. So we came here with cars that are decided, that have reached a certain stage of a development process. We are serious about them. Polestar is a startup that can tap into the global industrial footprint of Volvo. We can benefit from the advanced, flexible, modular architectures. And being part of the Volvo family gives us the confidence that we have the right quality processes in place to realize our great and fantastic ideas. Polestar will spearhead the Volvo Car Group with cars that are outside the mainstream segments, and Polestar can bring advanced technologies and new ways to the market, which will be beneficial for Volvo in the future. The automotive world is changing. Connectivity is becoming a necessity. Car sharing and new ownership models become standard. We embrace all of that. Polestar is a guiding star. But you know, when I was a student studying automotive design at the Royal College of Art in London, I was actually cycling every day, 2 years in the morning from Putney, the King's Road to the Royal Albert Hall, in the evening back, and it was dense city traffic. I was wearing this, a breathing mask. The air was polluted. The bus, the trucks, the taxis, actually this is getting soon better. Well, we didn't think much about this. It was, you know, kind of cool to wear this. But 25 years later, definitely society is changing. A car emitting exhaust fumes will become just as unacceptable as smoking in a public restaurant. So for that reason, I'm really totally convinced that the future of mobility is electric. Electrification is reality. Polestar will be an electric car brand, and okay, certainly we are not the first ones, but we are dedicated to add to the success and the convincing offer of electrification. Polestar stands for pure, progressive performance. And this is our first product, Polestar 1.